Welcome to this lecture. Hello everyone. So concept of disease causation. So we already covered about health, concept in health and dimensions of health, indicators, determinants of health. So now health is state of physical, mental and social well-being. Now comes disease. Disease is a physiological or psychological dysfunction. So, physician define disease. What about illness? Subjective feeling of not well. So, how we feel about disease, that is illness. Now, sickness, how community or society feel about this is sickness. So, we are not going to attend the work or not going to attend the school. So comes they may say she is sick. So ourselves we say I am ill, and doctor say you are having a disease. Now concepts of disease causation. We have studied supernatural theory of disease and theory of humors, theory of yin and yang, miasmatic theory of disease. Means diseases are because of the polluted air or bad air. Then theory of spontaneous generation. Diseases are originating from non-living things. Now comes germ theory of disease. So microbes are the cause of the disease. So when disease agent enters human, it may produce the disease. Famous figure Louis Pasteur, he proposed the germ theory of disease. He demonstrated presence of bacteria in the air. Robert Koch confirmed the germ theory of disease by doing research with 6 microorganisms causing 6 diseases. He discovered that. According to that, he developed Koch postulates. So specific organism is going to cause specific disease. Microorganisms from the diseased ones can be isolated and can be grown in a pure culture media. And the cultured organisms can be inoculated into healthy animal that can produce disease. And that same organism can be isolated from the infected animal. The limitation of germ theory is not all the people who exposed to infection develops the disease, and some of them harbor infection but not producing to disease. Infection, the agent will be there in the body, but in the disease agent will be there and it may produce signs and symptoms. So the next concept is triangle of epidemiology. So we have agent, host and environment. Agent is the one who is going to produce the disease, and host are the people who is going to acquire the infection. Environment is the surroundings. So interactions of agent, host, environment is going to cause the disease. For example, in tuberculosis, agent is Mycobacterium tuberculosis bacteria, and then host. Host is a human, he may be malnourished. Environment, overcrowding. When these 3 things interact, then it causes disease. So the limitation of the triangle of epidemiology is not applicable for non-infectious disease. There is no agent, specific agents in non-communicable disease. We'll see one by one that agent, host and environmental factor. First one is host factors. Age, sex, occupation, marital status, religion, race, custom, family background, genetic, immunity and previous disease history. Now the agent factors, agent can be biological. Biological can be bacteria, virus, fungi, parasite. And then chemical, heavy metals like mercury, lead. cadmium, chromium, alcohol, tobacco. And physical, trauma, radiation, fire, burns. Nutritional, lack of nutrition or can be deficiency of nutrition. And comes environmental factors. We can make three subheading. One is biological, animal, insects, then plant as well. And second one is physical environment, temperature, humidity, altitude, and water, food, noise, soil, everything, air. Then third one is social environment, that is crowding, housing. So the next concept is multifactorial disease. So multiple factors are acting together to produce the disease. So it can independently cause the disease or altogether cause the disease. It's a linear relationships with the disease. So here there's no specific agent. Agent is replaced by a causative factor. This is the advanced model of triangle of epidemiology. In the place of agent we have causative factors, and then there's a host. It can be group or population, and then environment, physical environment, biological environment. So for example, smoking independently or with stress, genetic factors, and salt intake can cause hypertension. So the limitation of this multifactorial diseases, it's not explaining the complex interrelationship with each factors. For example, smoking, how smoking and stress related, how smoking related. It's not explaining the complex interrelationship. So that next one was web of causation. Complex network of interrelated factors explained here. For example, MI, lifestyle changes like abundance of food leads to obesity, hyperlipidemia, and coronary atherosclerosis, eventually coronary occlusion, MI. In this way, lack of exercise also can cause obesity. And smoking increase catecholamine and cause thrombosis and MI. Now stress. Stress can increase emotional disturbances and can cause hypertension and can cause aging. So aging can cause change in artery wall, can cause coronary occlusion and MI. So this is web of causation concept explained interrelation. So we have studied about the concept of disease causation, supernatural theory of disease, theory of humors, theory of yin and yang, miasmatic theory, theory of spontaneous generation, germ theory of disease, and triangle of epidemiology, then multifactorial disease, and then last web of causation. Hope you understood the lecture. Thank you for listening.